What is up, y'all? My name is OhDough, and today I'll be showcasing some of the new changes in Dauntless, as well as a tour of Ramsgate for the new Slayers. And just before we get into that, I want to say thanks to Dauntless for sponsoring this video. It is insanely kind of y'all to do that, and just thank you. So we're back to the pseudo tour, and first off we have the cosmetics, which you have seasonal items which look very good this season. They look insanely good. And you also have the hunt pass, which I'm talking about cosmetics because a lot of Slayers will have certain items that look really cool, and most of the time they're cosmetics. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and discuss the hunt pass. The hunt pass in Dauntless is like the battle pass in other games, and in Dauntless it's mostly used to earn cosmetics for a very low and affordable price. Now there is a free track and a pay track, but the pay track gives you the good stuff. You get a full cosmetic set as the first thing, you get some dyes, and you also get weapon skins for all the weapons. There are 50 levels, and you can get some really cool rewards for doing this. It costs 1,000 platinum, which is $10, but you get back 500 platinum for completing it. So it's a good deal, and I've actually paid for every single pass so far, and I really enjoy what it all entails. And don't be too worried if you want to be a full-on free-to-play player, because you can earn some cosmetics by just playing Dauntless. You can now earn some dyes from doing heroic hunts. I think it's heroic plus hunts now. So don't be too discouraged, because if you have the skill, you can get rewarded with some cool cosmetics, which is a very nice thing, and hopefully they improve that in the future. But moving on with our tour, we have a way to craft gear, which is going to be at Will's Borman. So this is the weaponsmith of Dauntless, and this is where you'll be crafting and upgrading all of your weapons throughout Dauntless, except for repeaters. That is located at a different location. And I want you all to notice that the weapons in Dauntless actually look pretty cool at their base. A lot of weapons look pretty sick, and they look pretty on par with the cosmetics in Dauntless for the most part. Especially some of the Boreas weapons and the Riftstalker weapons. They look just on point, to me at least. And I've noticed that so far I'm focusing a lot on the looks of certain gear, but it's not just about looks. A lot of different weapons and armors have different stats and cell slots, and the weapons have a lot of unique equips. But speaking of looks, this weaponsmith looks jacked, bro. Holy moly. But you have exotics, by the way, Skullforge and Echoes. Echoes is by far the best looking helmet. The unique equip is pretty unique as well. When you die, you get more damage for a certain time. But like I said, a lot of the armor has different stats that help out with certain fights. You can tailor certain builds to fit your playstyle, or to just fight certain behemoths and to have fun. And you can do this with a lot of different gear to fit all the weapons. There are currently 6 weapons, and you can do that for all of them. You can change your playstyle and just change the way you fight behemoths in general. And if you want my advice, I strongly suggest playing all the weapons when you first start the game. Just try them all when you can. And with that being said, I should warn you that one weapon is not unlocked at the very beginning like the other weapons, and that weapon is the repeaters. So repeaters are actually locked behind a quest, which is not that far into the game. It's actually pretty early on. But to unlock repeaters, complete the quest and then talk to Janek Zai. I think I'm saying that right. And doing this will give you access to the repeaters at their base level. You'll still have to unlock parts by doing quests later on and killing behemoths to unlock the ability to craft their prism as well. But that is the repeaters, and I want to say that there is a new chamber for repeaters called Full-Bore Chamber, which I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how that plays out, because it's a blast to play. And I like it on a lot of fights, especially on Shockjaw and Azaga. The Full-Bore Chamber fires a piercing bolt in a line, dealing damage that falls as it travels, and powered deals greatly increased damage and pushes the Slayer backwards. So this can be used for repositioning, and it can also deal out a ton of damage. It actually deals more damage than the previous best in slot chamber, which was the Salvo Chamber, because this chamber can crit for up to 1.2 thousand damage so far from what I've tested, and it can do this multiple times. I'm pretty sure I got to hit for 5 times so far, so that amount of damage is just insanity. So on bosses like Pangar, Rezakiri, this can just travel through the behemoth and do it just insane damage. So I feel like it's going to be best in slot, and it's also just fun to use. And so far, Shockjaw and Zyga has been my favorite behemoth to use this chamber on, because when it slides at you, you can use it to push yourself backwards, and it feels pretty cool. It feels pretty fun. And if you want to, you can make it even more fun by inviting your friends, which to do that, you can press the O button on the keyboard and then go to add friends. And I actually got an invite from Revy. I'm going to accept it and then go back to the friends tab and click on their name and click invite to party. And if you really want to, you can do /invite in the chat box. But if y'all don't have your friends playing the game already, be sure to make them use the link playdauntless.com/r/OhDough to download the game. I'd appreciate it. It helped me out, kinda. So, you know, if they ain't got it, get it. Also, if you want to, you can do some early game content with your friends in Ramsgate by playing the flute emote for hours. Trust me, it's fun. Oh, and by the way, the axe also got a new special called Grim Onslaught, which is just insanely fun to use. But Grim Onslaught is where you throw your axe forward, damaging enemies in its path. Hitting a behemoth can generate resolve and will bounce the axe back towards the user. And it is just a ton of fun to use. Like, this is a really fun special for the axe, and I'm pretty sure it'll make a lot of axe players happy, because they weren't the most ecstatic about the last axe special, but this one is great. And the best part about it is if you have a hard time interrupting behemoths and you know a behemoth is coming, all you have to do is press Q and then Bob's your auntie. It's an interrupt, man. And it is just a blast to use. I used it on a lot of behemoths. I kept practicing with it. Tried it on Pangar, which Pangar's interrupt is actually kind of hard to do with the axe because the axe normally trades with it. But now you can just Q and you got the interrupt. It's a free interrupt now. And on Shrike, bro, you can interrupt Shrike too, but staggering it is just a lot of fun. So those were two major changes, but let's go ahead and talk about some minor changes that I actually like a lot. So potions now have a new cast animation that is pretty satisfying. It also feels a lot faster to use, and you can use it with your weapon out if you want to. So during combat, it's really quickly to just pull off a potion. Because before, drinking potions took about 3 to 4 seconds, which was rough. That's a rough estimation, but it felt like an eternity. And now, the potions look cool to use, and they're just faster, it feels. Coincidentally, it's also easier and faster to make a guild now. If you want to make a guild, all you gotta do is press the O button on the keyboard, go to the guild tab in the social menu, and then click create guild. And from here, pick out your guild name, which your guild name is just what you and the folks in your guild refer to your guild as. So you can do McDonald's, but that doesn't make any sense. We're gonna go ahead and type in McDauntless, because that makes sense. And now for your guild nameplate, that's what players will know your guild as when they see you wearing that nameplate. And it cannot be longer than 7 characters, and it cannot be shorter than 2 characters. So McSlay works for my guild. And if you want to go ahead and invite someone, click on the little chat box on the guild tab, invite their epic username, and if they exist, they'll get the invite. And past that, all you want to do is click on the names in the guild to give options or promotions to players, or if you want to disband the guild, click on your own name and then click leave guild or disband guild. Okay, it's almost the end of the video, and it's time to talk about the seasonal items in the Dauntless store, which to access it, you can click escape and then click store it, easiest way, or do as I'm doing on screen and click this way. Now, I'll be showing off the seasonal items, or the ones that I find the most cool, so it's a personal thing. First off, we have the Blood Demon style kit, gives you a helmet, a sigil, a flare, and a banner plant innovation. The helmet is insanely good. And then next up we have one of my favorite emotes, which is the freaking logging out. It's like a log jutsu emote. And I haven't really used this arrival animation yet, but I want to, especially for thumbnails. And outside of that, I have the dude. Call the Canine is probably the best emote in Dauntless that I've seen so far. I'm actually in love with that emote. And outside of that, we have the weapon that I didn't really play too much. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't play any sword in this video because there was nothing new for the sword. But there is a new support creator button at the bottom right of the Dauntless store screen. So if you want to click on that and type in a support creator code for someone, I don't know, maybe mine, it's OhDough. It's pretty short, pretty easy to remember, pretty nice. It's a really good name, if you ask me. It's a pretty good code. And that is the end of the video. If you guys liked it and you like Dauntless, if you want to download it, you can do that at playdauntless.com/r/OhDough. A link will be in the description. I just hope that you're all excited and ready to learn Dauntless and to experience a game that I've been playing for almost a year now, consistently, and I've been enjoying for a year. So far it's been a pretty good time, and I'm just excited to see how Dauntless will improve in the future, as it's been improving in the past. But y'all, if you all want someone to watch, I'll be live on Twitch at twitch.tv/OhDough when this goes live on May 21st. And I stream the game regularly as well, even outside of, you know, crazy release dates. So check me out on Twitch, and I want to say thank you one more time to Play Dauntless for sponsoring this video. It means the world to me that y'all did that. I've been making Dauntless content for a while now, and to get sponsored to make a video for Dauntless is, it's crazy. But thank y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.